Hey, what's happening, family? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back to What They Didn't Teach Us. Okay, I'm Tyler, and I have a quick question for y'all. Have you ever felt lost when it comes to managing your money? Well, for most of us, that's yes. Okay, what if I told you that ChatGPT can actually help you create a financial plan in minutes? Okay, whether you're looking to just start from scratch or you're looking to improve your finances, this AI tool can break down your budget, your savings, your investments, and financial goals into easy to follow steps. Okay, in this video, I'll show you how to use ChatGPT to create a financial plan that actually works for you. Okay, but I don't want to waste your time. Let's get right into it. All right, family. So the way you get to ChatGPT is you can simply just type in your search bar chatgpt.com, or you can go to Google and type in ChatGPT. This is a website created by OpenAI. But whenever you log into it, it opens you up to this page right here. Okay, and it asks directly, what can I help you with? Okay, so what I've done to kind of streamline the process here a little bit is I've already created some simple prompts to keep me from having to type this stuff in, just to make this video go a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste that prompt into here so we can go ahead and get this ball rolling. So first things first, when we're creating a financial plan, we have to know our current financial status, okay? And we know that by putting together a budget, okay? So budgets are always, most important when it comes to financial planning. And so my first prompt, okay, and a prompt when it comes to ChatGPT is essentially a list of instructions or an inquiry that we're giving the chat in order to get a desired response. So my first prompt is going to be to help me create a budget. Okay, my income is X amount. For this example, I use 4,500, and I have expenses like rent, groceries, car payments, debt payments, and savings of 500. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter here, and let's see what ChatGPT hits us with. Boom. This is insane. Okay, so in a matter of seconds, guys, this chat has not only created a chart for us, breaking down the numbers that we've put into our prompt here, but then it did the math and said that, okay, you still have $1,500 left to, account for, right? So it gave us an additional chart for additional expenses to consider, right? So utilities, I didn't mention that. It picked that up. Insurance, okay, gas, childcare if we have kids, right? Phone bill if that's necessary, household supplies, such and such and such and such, okay? So it added all of that in there, gave us some phantom numbers, and our remaining balance after the phantom numbers have been increased there or input there is $450. Okay, now it's giving us other information here that I'm not gonna use for the sake of this video, right? Because I want to get into the how-to more so than the actual in-between information here. And so, all right, so the next thing I'm gonna have it do is I'm gonna have it combine the expenses that I put into the chat with the expenses that they added. Okay, now this isn't something you have to do. I'm doing it here just for the sake of simplicity. Obviously, it's gonna throw some expenses out there that you may or may not have. But again, for the sake of simplicity here, I'm just gonna have it combine the two charts so that we can have something that's a little bit easier on the eyes to see here. Okay, so I'm gonna say thanks. I don't know. I always thank the the chat before prompting something else. Please combine the charts you've created. Boom. Okay. Now we'll see how long it takes to get this done for us. Boom. Look at that. Sheesh. So You know, what's crazy about this is not only did it combine everything, but it created an interactive chart, right? So I can actually come here, hit download table, and I can go and interact with this table. I can change the information in it, as I please, as things get paid off, as income grows, as, payments increase or decrease. I can go in and actually adjust this chart, which is amazing, okay? So we have our budget created, and we created that in less than 2 minutes, okay, which is pretty dope. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is our goals, okay? We're gonna set our goals. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna put this prompt into ChatGPT. It's gonna say, help me set financial goals. I wanna save for a house, pay off debt, and build an emergency fund, okay? Now, I'm gonna hit enter and see what the chat gives us here. All right, guys, and just like that, it goes into our first step to reach our financial goal, and that's paying off debt. All right, it says here that we have $38,000 in debt. Now, this comes from some number that it created based on the car payment that I put in there and other factors that can be adjusted later on. Okay, but just using these basic numbers to pay off the $38,000 in imaginary debt that we have here, it's saying it's going to take 3 years, okay? And it gives us an actual strategy to do that, okay? So it says continue to pay $250 a month as planned, and then we can use the extra $450 to increase our debt payments from $250 to $700 total, okay? Now, it gives us the a debt payoff method to choose from, and it suggests the debt avalanche, which is paying off the high interest first. I've already done a video on that. If you haven't checked out the differences between the debt avalanche and the debt snowball, make sure you check that video out. It was very, very informative for those of you who may have questions on what a debt avalanche is, okay? And then if possible, use any bonuses, tax refunds, or side income to make extra lump sum payments, okay? Now, it says if we pay the $700 a month, okay, and that's that $250 plus the $450 that we have left over, we'll be able to pay off $25,000 in 3 years, and any additional payments, could essentially close that gap a little bit faster there. Now, second goal, it says to build an emergency fund. All right, so we need to save $10,000 in an emergency fund within 12 months, and it gives us a way to do that. Okay, and I'm not going to go through that, guys. I know you can read, but it's pretty dope because it creates a plan to essentially take that part of the planning off of your plate completely. All right. And then lastly, it gets into saving for a house. Save $30,000 for a down payment within the next 4 years. It tells us we should build that emergency fund. And then, of course, add more from any raises, bonuses, or expenses that we can cut. Okay. Now, this is pretty amazing because we literally only gave it 2 to 3 prompts, and we have all of this information at our disposal. Okay, now this is high level information that most people would have to pay a financial advisor a lot of money for. Okay, but if you can properly use ChatGPT, you can get this free of charge. Okay, free of charge. Okay, now next we're gonna go into our final step and close this thing off. All right, guys, so next we're going to ask ChatGPT, how can we automate our finances to reach our goal faster? Now, automation is important because it takes the emotional component out of our spending, okay? A lot of times what happens is if we live paycheck to paycheck, or if we go a period of time without having a lot of disposable income, what happens is when we get paid, we tend to focus on the things that we didn't have while waiting in between paychecks, right? So that's when you find yourself eating out. You find yourself, spending money on entertainment. You find yourself doing things that are not conducive to the goals that you've already set in place. All right, so automation is important. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter on the prompt. How can I automate my finances to reach my goals faster? And we're going to see what it says. Boom. And there we have it, guys. Listen, automate bill payments. Okay. Set up automatic payments. I don't know why I'm saying automated. Automatic payments for rent, utilities, debt payments, insurance, and so on and so forth. All right, so guys, then it goes into automating our savings. All right, talks about hitting our emergency fund goal and then our house down payment goal. You want to automate that stuff, okay? Because if we were able to pay ourselves first, again, we eliminate the emotional spending or the emotional aspect that comes with transferring money, more specifically when it comes to reaching our goals. Okay, so it talks about using things like high yield savings accounts, which we've already discussed in a earlier video. Online banking auto transfers is something that you can set up, and then you can also use certain applications like Digit, Chime, and Capital, which automatically round up your spending on purchases that you make, right? So that essentially means if you buy something that's, let's say it's $1.97, well, round up is essentially the gap between that cent and the next dollar, right? So if you buy something $1.97, that 3 cents will go into a savings account, so that all of your transactions will equate to a whole number. Okay, that's essentially what the roundup means. Not to get too far into that, but yeah, if you want to know more about that, please, type a comment below, and we'll dive into that a little bit deeper. And then also, guys, automate your investing. Okay, these are long-term accounts like your 401ks, your Roth IRAs, your brokerage accounts. And there are several brokerage accounts that we've already talked about. M1 Finance, Fidelity, Vanguard, Robinhood, Thinkorswim, you name it. Okay. You can automate your debt payments, your expense, tracking. If you use one of those budgeting apps like YNAB, Mint, or Every Dollar, you can then automate your income for faster progress. Okay. So, and then guys, it gives us a final step. Okay. The final steps say set up automatic transfers for each goal. Okay. Savings, investing, and debt. Okay. Move money on payday so you never feel the missing amount. And then use apps to track your progress automatically and make adjustments. Stay flexible as income grows, increase savings or debt payments. Okay, this is extremely important, guys. So this is how you would use ChatGPT to create a plan. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and see if we can get this thing bundled up into one script that we can use and refer back to when needed. So what I'm going to do is my final prompt here is I'm going to say thanks, because I always thank the chat. Please consolidate all of this information into one document so I can easily refer back to it when needed. Boom. And there you have it, guys. This thing is actively creating our financial plan for us. Okay, it's creating it on a document so we can easily access it, when needed. So, guys, that is how you're going to use ChatGPT to create a financial plan. Now, this is just an entry-level video. Okay, I don't want to overwhelm anybody with this technology, with this software, but I want you to start thinking. I want you to start thinking in in a more broader aspect. When it comes to your finances, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your life. Okay, ChatGPT is an amazing tool if used properly that can really, change the game for us. Now, guys, listen, I think ChatGPT is the greatest tool since the iPhone. Okay, so you can either learn to use it so that you and your family can benefit, or you could be the consumer of someone else who's using it. Okay, I can assure you, most companies, if not all, by this point, have been forced to pivot to some of these AI chat bots because it just makes things more efficient. All right, so guys, I want you to think in a more broader perspective here, and a more broader aspect, should I say? Because just as easily as we can use ChatGPT to strengthen us when it comes to finance, we can use it in other areas of our lives. Okay, so I want you to get creative with how you use this software. Okay, leave a comment below. Let me know your most creative way that you've used ChatGPT in the past. Okay, like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and turn the notification on so you never miss a video like this. We love providing information to you guys, and I also love the feedback. Okay, so don't hesitate to give me some feedback. And this has been What They Didn't Teach Us. I'm Tyler. It's been fun. I'm out of here. Peace.